The camera's not on. Let's just unmute that. Hey everyone, we are back. Crystal Lake Fridays. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me just bring that up. As always, we've got OG off the top. JEV is in the house. M and Mr. I here to start the day. We are here. It is Friday. I hope you're doing well. And we're ready for some Crystal Lake Fridays. Hopefully we get to play as Jason a bit more. I should turn my spawn preference up. We'll see how it goes. Actually, we're here. Might as well while we're waiting. I don't want to be Jason all the time. We might change that. Mr. I says original Doritos used as nachos with ground beef, avocado, tomatoes, and all. Sounds good. And Mr. Matthew says, have a like. I do appreciate that. And OG off the top was talking about JV was also talking about Dorito pie. Making Dorito pie. Which sounds good to me. Always defaults back to chat. Before I came on, I had switched to Deborah. But it always remembers the last one played. All the way at the other end. OG says, let's roll. Indeed, let's do it. I could use some killing time or for some escaping time myself. Been another busy week. Hope yours haven't been too challenging and that we can relax a bit and just chill on Fridays like we always do. Here on Crystal Lake Fridays on my channel. And I appreciate you all, as always, for coming in to join us. Mr. Rice says, have you had the Popeyes chicken sandwich yet? I think I've had them in the past. I remember I used to like, is that the one that comes with like chicken pieces or is it the breaded? Because I've had both. The breaded is really nice. A ready button exists. Already, somebody's salty off the top. Chibi Doge is ready to ready up. OG says, hail to the lurkers. Everybody's talking right now, OG. I don't think there's too many people. There's 4 of you talking. 2 people are lurking at the moment. Hopefully some more people join us. And we're counting down. Going in. Chinese Smurf. That was either a poorly crafted joke or somebody could read that language very quickly without a translator. Mr. I says the newest one. It's spread out in a bun. No, I haven't had it then. Have not had it. Mr. Matthews says, I saw you in general chat on Discord yesterday and almost came on to talk to you, but you weren't exactly active. Oh, somebody's talking. Mr. I says, Crown Chicken is amazing. I'm not familiar with that. Is that a restaurant?
Yes.
Let's just mute that individual. GV says, let us hope you get a win in the first round. Thank you so much. Hopefully we do too. As Jason or as Deborah. We are not Jason, it's Roy. Roy off the top. All right, let's do it.
I can't believe he killed them.
Crystal Lake? Yeah, I think we're on Crystal Lake. Nope, Packanack. Let's try since it's a chain in New England. Gotcha. If that's what you mean, New England by the NE. I think that's what that is. I know most of my states. Do they make for like straight fried chicken? Is it like a chicken place? Because I know Popeyes does fried chicken, but they got a lot of sandwiches as well. They're very much similar to KFC. Now it is. KFC's really expanded from just being a chicken-only place. Must be on the small map, because there should be another cabin there. Or we're not on the small map. We might actually be on the big map. And I'm so used to everybody who plays the small map nowadays. It threw me off there for a second. Like, where's the other cabin? Oh, that's right. It's not on this iteration of the map. Oh, northeast. Got it. Got it. Sorry about that, Mr. I. Then there might be one in range when the border eventually reopens. Mr. I said they make fried chicken salads. Nice. JV says the imposter is back. Are we talking about Roy? Roy is kind of an imposter, but over the years I've grown to soften on that movie. When I first watched the Friday the 13th, Part 5 was by far my least favorite, but in recent years, like the last 10 years, my opinion of the movie has really changed. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good chapter. Look at this dude, just hanging around the car. That's the impatient one that wanted the ready up. Because I keep double clicking. My bad.
I hope I'm doing this right.
I'm just going to stand by the car until somebody fixes it and drives it away with me in it. I think that's probably the best plan. Best plan of action. I'm just going to stand by the car. Mr. I says, Crowns, they make a bunch of stuff. Salads, cheesesteak, chicken. Those Jamaican jerk patties. Oh, yeah, man. Those jerk patties are good. That was high school, man, for me. Fries and jerk patties. OG says we have Popeyes in Texas. They started next door in Cajun country. Oh, yes. Louisiana. And M says, he's talking about Discord. Next time I see you in there, I'll pop in if you're still awake. Mr. I says, Popeye chicken has a unique taste. Test. In my opinion, KFC has gotten worse. I agree, Mr. I totally agree. It's not the chain it used to be. I don't really go near it. I think the last time, whenever they bring back the double stack, that's when I go. That's the only time I ever go to KFC. Let's get away from there. Mr. I says, I've ever had roti. Yep. I have. That's good stuff as well. JV says, yeah, can't buy the car until Roy sneaks up on you. Exactly, right? Either the most impatient player still in the player base or new to the game because you don't sit by the car. And there they are again. Azariel still hasn't killed anybody. Really?
Oh, shit. It started.
Ugh. Do the work and people take the car. Alright.
Sorry.
Dude, you've only got one spot in there.
Come. Yo, come back.
You have the two-seater. No one else is getting in there. Inti, what's going on, man? Just saw you in the chat. How's it going? Thanks for coming in. You're driving the two-seater. You don't have any other seats. Like, Jesus. Yo, Dawn. Get in. I can't get in. And JV says, yeah, that makes you an easier target. Really? I don't think this Jason's very good, though. To be honest. Strike that. Somebody else getting killed. We gotta try to get up to the other car and find the parts. I don't know if we're gonna have time. Nobody else is contributing anything in this match. I think they've gone after the car. No, the car's left. And now we're down to 2 people. Me and Tommy. Nice. Maybe this person will feel sorry for me and let me live. Oh, go away. JV says I mostly go for the Jasons that run if I play as Jason. I do as well. I used to, but I prefer to go with the ones with the faster shift now. Oh, Kiwi. Kiwi's talking to me about something. I don't know what he's...
Your shotgun, so we can shoot him.
Shoot him what? Shoot him once and then get killed? No, bro. I'm good.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the car. I'm not helping you. Yo, I'm Tommy, but I'm not going to help you, bro. And the doors are not closed. Uh-oh. I need a weapon. Take the baseball bat. Here he comes. Whoops, don't want to go in that window.
Hey, how you?
Oh, and we have a talkie, Jason. Even better. JV says amateurs, they do not close the door. Or did not close the door. And Inti says part 3 is the best of the runners just because minus traps puts you in an immediate disadvantage. Yep. Like I used to play as part 2 all the time, but I think he has the least amount of traps. I'll pass. Uh-oh.
Why are you screaming? It's just me.
Why won't you fucking die?
I'm good, bro. I don't need the help. I'm good. He's like, I'm coming to help you. I'm coming to help you.
On the doors. Close.
Oh, look, it's the phone house.
You like that, asshole?
I'm so afraid I don't see any any of my health bar. I mean my stamina bar. It's either glitching or yeah, no, the fear is so high. Oh, damn it. And hacking me to death. Mr. S says, now you've got me wanting Doritos. Doritos are the best, man. Like I said, zesty and original. I like the nacho, I mean. The nacho, to me, is the original. The sweet chili is pretty good, and Cool Ranch, like old school, is good too, but what's really good is sweet chili. Get the sweet chili Doritos, and get the really thick sour cream. What we have here is called the gold label. It's like more than 15%. I think it might be 15%. But you just dip in that, just straight in the sour cream, sweet chili heat. That's an amazing combination. Amazing combination. Ninty says, oh yeah, part 2 is a runner with 7 traps, weak shift, and low hit points, and not a good combo though. Yeah, too easy to kill. Way too easy to kill. When they rebalanced it, like they did 9. You give him 2 for you of hit points. OG says crunch, crunch. And JV says, yeah, those are good. There it is. There's the battery I was looking for. Maybe as Tommy, you should have been doing your job and trying to repair things rather than saying, grab the shotgun, grab the shotgun, grab the shotgun, grab the shotgun. Mr. I says, dude, my favorite are barbacorn corn chips. Oh, corn chips are the best, man. Corn chips are good. Bugles are good, but corn chips themselves, like Fritos are good. And Andy Caps, hot fries. Maybe I'll get some of those this weekend. I had a sweet tooth last weekend. I ended up making, Rebecca and I made these huge peanut butter cups. They were massive, like in a regular muffin sized tin. We put the mix in the full cup of the muffin. Oh yeah, they were good. They were really good. They hit the spot that night. And now we're back in the waiting room. So we started off with a loss. Hopefully we do a bit better in the next match. GAV says be right back. No problem, man. No problem at all. Hopefully we have a bit better luck in this match, whether we beat Jason or not. Mr. I says they are awesome. Corn chips, barbecue corn chips. I'm right there with you, man. They're so good. They're so good. You get the Fritos or the sticks, but then there's like the little rings as well. I think the rings are made by Humpty Dumpty. Those are good too. Like the corn, anything corn chips are good. Like I said, bugles are good. Anything corn related, even the puffs. Like I can take or leave the puffs most of the time, but when I have them and I start eating them, it's just like you just go. Just go. But same goes with like Cheetos. Recently I was eating, it was part of a challenge that Mr. Matthews and I had been going through in terms of grossing each other out for food. So we had gotten to the point where we were eating melted chocolate and potato chips on sandwiches. And I ended up going to, he did peanut butter chocolate and potato chips. And then I went to peanut butter chocolate and hot Cheetos. And that's where we left off. That's when we decided we were going to challenge each other with good food. Not so much terrible food. The gross out challenge got taken off the table. And if we were going to suggest ideas in the future, it would be good food we'd want to eat. Speaking of part 2. Mr. I says some Andy Capp's hot fries and Turkey Hill strawberry lemonade. That I'm not familiar with. But strawberry lemonade is good. Just not familiar with that specific brand. All right.
The others.
Deborah, we are back. We're going to go back to the camp. I think we're on Higgins this time. Because we're at Stillwater. Not very much luck. Not a lot of luck this time. Starting in the cabin that has the phone box, I'm assuming. Good thing with this Jason, the weapon takes forever to break the door down. I'm still gonna rush a bit. I'm kind of taking my sweet ass time. Whoops! Oh, god damn it. Mr. I says, you know who else fell off? McDonald's Big Macs. Remember when Big Macs used to actually be big? Exactly. I heard they changed like the bread. Or what was it? There was something to do with how they changed the way it was built. Recently. Because I know a little while ago they changed the recipe that they added different onions. Or they had grilled onions rather than the chopped onions. I haven't eaten a Big Mac in years. But that's not because I hear you on that. The quality of the food at McDonald's in general. But I remember I recently heard something about the bread being a little bit different. Or being prepared different. That they took out the middle piece. And now it's just like 2 pieces. There's no longer that middle piece of bun. It's not really a Big Mac if you take out those little 2-sided piece that doesn't have a top. To me that is the Big Mac. But I was actually going to get McDonald's the other day. I was thinking McDoubles. I was really craving it. But I talked myself out of it. Because I know every time I go to McDonald's, it's never the same. And speaking of never not being the same as it used to, we were talking about this at work the other day. The orange drink. Does anyone remember McDonald's orange drink? Can I get a hell yeah for that? Because I miss McDonald's orange drink. I used to live off that stuff as a kid. Mr. Matthews says, well, yes, Pete, I'm still waiting for your next challenge. Well, I need to think of good food. But I think since we're making all these sweet things, and we may be making more stuff tomorrow. Maybe I'll throw that your way, and you and Stacy can try something. while I think of another good sandwich idea, but a decent one. Maybe we'll make like Vietnamese subs. Vietnamese subs are really good. Make like homemade ones. Mr. I says, all I know is it sucks for now. Burger King is where I go now for fast food burgers. Whoppers are still good. Agreed, but up here it's hard to find Burger King. They're nowhere near as common. They're nowhere near as common. Wendy's is my go-to. Always my go-to for the fast food. I know it's not grilled. They're cooked on like the press, but a lot easier to find up here. And JV says, hell yeah. And I've got 2 Vanessas. I'm
Hello.
spectating.
Black lady.
Oh my.
Fortify the house.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Did that person just say, hello, fellow person of color lady? That's right, it says Wendy's is awesome. Oh yeah, man. I usually get the double. The double's my go-to. Baconator's a little much for me. On a consistent basis. And right now we can't actually order it. Wendy's is out of bacon. So unfortunately anything with bacon you can't order.
Come to you. Oh,
But that was my go-to for quick burgers, like the juniors. The juniors meant I'd get like 3 or 4 of them and just boom, go to town. Mr. Matthews says, and I used to only get the orange drink at McD's. Exactly, just get the large one. When they first started the summer, the $1 drink, you just get the large one. Oh yeah.
Send him. I fought back. He's dead. He's on the floor.
Somebody's new at the game. I fought back and he's dead. He's dead and he's lying on the floor.
You want some more?
I don't think he's dead.
I knocked him on the floor twice. Someone finish him off.
Someone finish him off. New to the game.
I'm dead. GG guys, I'm dead.
Yeah, we'll learn how to play the game, bro. Mr. I says, have you ever had Five Guys? Oh yeah, man. Five Guys burgers and fries is the best. That is the best. I haven't had that in a while, but that's a good experience. The burgers, like the fries, when they put the burger in the bag and then they put the fry in the bag and they fill the rest with the bag. They like fill the bag with fries. It's like overflowing with fries, and you get the peanuts. You have the peanuts in store. You're breaking them as you're waiting. Mr. Matthews says, oddly enough, as soon as you said weird and good food, I immediately thought of Vietnamese subs. I love those. There you go. Vietnamese sandwiches. They are good. They are the weird good food. Or the... You kind of give it the side eye when you first look at it, but then you eat it and you remember how good it is. You're like, do I want to eat this? It's like, your knee's like, oh my... this is effing good. Mr. I says, very good burgers. That's for sure. Yes, peanut oil. GV says Converse is good. And the power's
Oh my
out.
God.
And we're waiting for Jenny, who's just standing there. Mr. Matthews says, I dined in at a Vietnamese place that we've only been able to do takeout from lately.
Oh my God.
And I saw on their menu
What happened?
they put head cheese on sandwiches I've been getting. Uh-oh. Hey, as long as it tastes good. It's a good way to introduce yourself to food that you normally wouldn't eat. You're eating it, and then you're like, "Oh, it's on the ingredients. Interesting. Isn't that interesting?" You continue to eat the sandwich. But I used to always get Vietnamese subs at an Asian grocery store that's really close to me called Nations. But I haven't been back since everything's happened. But now that it's starting to settle down, I might need to go back there and get some of that hot food, because Or they're fresh made bun, like Vietnamese subs. So good. So good. Mr. Rice says, you know what? I kind of miss Chinese food. I haven't had any since the COVID-19 outbreak. Same here. That's what I mean. I was just saying that I would go down to Nations and they had an awesome hot food section, a Western section, where they'd have a bunch of stuff. And then they'd have a traditional like Chinese food and Japanese food, Korean food, Vietnamese food section. It'd be so good. So good. Load a box up. Mr. Rice says, what's the Vietnamese sub? It's a bun. It's just a regular sub bun, and it's the meat and the vegetables they put on in the sauce. It's like, not hoisin, but what you would put on traditional Vietnamese food. Very tangy. A lot of meat, a lot of veggie, like some lettuce, cabbage, that sort of thing. Shredded carrots, and the sauce. So much of the good sauce. Like the sweet but kind of savory. And then I guess head cheese, depending on who's making it. See, Mr. Matthews said it better. I was trying to build it up, but it sounds very plain, but it's that sauce, I tell you, man. It's the mix and the sauce they put on it. The meat, it could be anything. The one I usually get is it's just like sliced pork, and not like not quite a loaf, but not quite like shredded or anything like that. Or chicken. I've had chicken ones as well. JV says, Jason does not have enough credit in this game anymore. He can hardly kill anyone because either the player has 1,000 pocket knives or they have a shotgun and health spray, and Jason's like, why? Exactly. It's no longer Friday the 13th Jason. It's the counselors rock Jason every time. It's really more like a Nightmare on Elm Street now, where it seems scary at first and then the people are dummying Freddy by the end of the movie and making fun of him. Mr. Matthews says, if you've had Vietnamese noodle bowls, it's that in the sandwich, and probably best not to worry about what the meat is. Yeah, exactly. They call it pork or beef, and like I said, I've had a chicken one, but you never really know. You never know what, but it tastes damn good, and that's the most important part. That is the most important part. I had just a quick burger for dinner myself, not too much. I'll probably have something later after the stream as well. For lunch, I was just finishing up. Speaking of, we're talking about a while ago about high school meals. All week long, I've been eating tuna salad, just trying to make the meals as easy as possible. It's been a rough week for sleeping, that's for sure, and busy at work as the province up here in Ontario opens back up a lot more, so been busy there. I haven't had a lot of time, so just make that and go. Because going out now at lunch is a bit of a challenge because everybody is out and drive-thrus are usually pretty busy because you can't go into places yet. We're still not out there. Mr. I says that's true. Jason gets owned now. Really, just getting dummied. You've joined us in the last 4 or 5 weeks, Mr. I, and I like that you and JEV have joined the group, but you've missed nights where I've lost it. You can talk to OG and M. How salty I get, where I've had matches where I've stood in and Inti's been here for some of them too, that I've been in the middle of 4 or 5 counselors just all hitting me with baseball bats, and I'm just like losing it. I'm just getting so salty because I get slugged once with the bat, stunned, and they're just timing it off. They're just timing to tee off on me, just waiting for me to come out of that stun animation to hit me again, put me back in the stun animation. Wait for. I rage quit a couple games like that. That's for sure. And Mr. Matthews says that's the best part. Mr. Eyes, they're usually super cheap. Exactly, $2 or 2 for 4. Like 250 or 2 for 4. I think that's what I would get at Nations. Grab 2 of those. I'd get those, and then I'd get some type of salad or kimchi, like a little box of kimchi, like pre-cut, and not the jarred kind like we're talking about. Like one they make fresh there every day, maybe every day. Get some of that, and that would be a perfect lunch. Mr. I says I don't eat pork, and Mr. Matthews says 5 or 6 for a big old sandwich. There you go. Mine are usually smaller, so it's probably about the same size. OG says sounds great, M.
Can't believe he killed
All
them.
right. Mr. I says I bought some chicken salad today for tomorrow. Nice. I bought some chicken that I'm going to barbecue up tomorrow. I'm going to enjoy that. Mr. Matthews says, I first experienced Vietnamese food in Texas. I've been addicted ever since. I started trying it here when I first moved to the city I live in. I went out to like a pho place and gave it a shot, and yeah. Fell in love with it. And that stuff is usually beef though, Mr. I. Not a lot of pork. It's either beef or chicken you can choose from. And the chicken just doesn't carry the flavor in the soup enough. You got to have the beef. It's got to be the beef. It's just like grease soup, basically. But great on a cold Canadian morning. And if you're not feeling well, that's for sure. You'll feel good after that. Mr. I says, no, I saw some of them. I think last week was the Limitless Pocket Knife Gang. Yes, yes. The Limitless Pocket, yeah, I think it was the Limitless Pocket Knife Gang too. Yeah, I quit. Oh, yeah, you saw that rage quit, but I mean, these were different ones. But I'm glad you were there for not that I experienced it, but just I hope it was at least entertaining. The never-ending pocket knives. Like, I can understand if we're doing the bots and there's that many pocket knives, because it's the bots. Like, they're going to be there. But not actual people. I heard something about Savini Jason's skin getting released again. There might have just been people chirping on Twitter. But I checked the store. And it's not on Steam. And oh yeah, I wanted to apologize for cutting off quickly there last week. I dropped off real quick on the stream. I disappeared and I pokerooed because my credit card got hacked on PlayStation for about $700 Canadian. So I was like, I think I better address this. So I do apologize for dropping off all of a sudden like I was at that time. Mr. Matthews says, yeah, what have you been up to this week, Pete? Not much, man. Not too much. Just work, and then after that, just watching some Netflix. Playing a little bit more NES. And I know I'm procrastinating again when I should be working on Back to the Future. I've been playing some other games recently. Let's get that. So let's find where the phone box is. You're carrying the phone part. You can do it, Deborah. You got this. Where is the phone? Oh, Jason broke the door.
Yes, this is the police. We're the kids at Camp Crystal Lake. He's killing us. He's killing everyone. Please help.
Mr. I says, wow. And Indy says, I heard something about Savini Jason, just the thumbnail. Maybe it'll come back. That's what I'm thinking as well. Because I heard people talking about it. And it was actually somebody from either Bloody Disgusting or Dark Universe Horror Database was talking about it. So I think it's legit. Or it has somewhat legitimacy. So hopefully that does happen, because that'd be awesome too. It'd be actually be able to finally play as Savini Jason. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go this way. Mr. I says I just canceled my Netflix. There's no movies on it anymore. That's yeah, I hear you on the US Netflix, because I got a VPN, so I do occasionally watch different regions. But here on Canada, there's still a decent amount of movies. But when I put something on, I usually just stream it. So, like for a while there was The Office, and then recently again I've been going through the Trailer Park Boys. So I usually just put a show on, and then I'll put on my computer, and I'll have my PlayStation or whatever. It's been the NES Mini lately, rocking that on the TV. Just Mr. Medley says NES is also good. I'm a fan. And JV says thing is if I joined in the next round, I would have found like 40 different pocket knives, and you would hate me if you were Jason, because I don't know if it's just me, but I always spawn somewhere where there are pocket knives. I think it's just like the random generator, like it's just the luck. Sometimes your character's luck, I think, that's what it's supposed to be. It can help to that. I don't think it fully does. But yeah, that would have been annoying. Mr. Matthew says I played a bit of C64 with Bollocks this weekend. Nice. What'd you guys end up playing? Inti says make a Bart versus the Space Mutant Deathless Run. Now that's a tough game. Never made it past the museum. Deathless Run, Inti? I can't even make it out of the first stage without dying. Jeez. No death run. And Mr. I says I wanted to rewatch Rome. Gotcha. Oh, we've got a drifter. I hear that drifting sound. I wonder if that's something that a patch broke and people were able to learn because of the patch, like unbalanced the game, or it's just skills that people have picked up and learned over the course of the lifetime of the game. Because that wasn't a thing back when it started. It's only recently, in probably the last 6 to 8 months, where people have been doing that drifting.
Oh, fuck. Who is that? God, I can't look.
What do you say, guys? What do you say? Should I try to repair? Use the car to escape? I don't want to sit around for 2 minutes. Well, let's go for it. I think they have their hands busy with Jason right now anyway. He's over at the other car by the sounds of it. And they're all mulling around the car, so I think we're safe to assume that is the case. GV says, like the last time I was on, Jason kept catching me, but I knifed him every time he grabbed until I got near the cops. He just rage quit. Hey, that sounds familiar. Eerily familiar. Let the gas be in here. No, no gas. Here, let's put the battery in.
Thank God it actually fit.
I almost double clicked there. That was a close one. And the mask is off. Mr. Matthews says, Inti, I don't know if I have what it takes to do a Deathless run, but I have that game, so I'll look into it. That would be a lot of practice, or like a really good hot streak. Mr. Matthews says, I used the C64 mini controller. That was not a fun experience. Yeah, we played TMNT Arcade and The Last Ninja. Last Ninjas are good games. But yeah, that controller is such garbage. So much garbage. Really? We're the last one alive? And I've got no weapons. We're dead. God damn it. I used my pocket knife to call the cops to get these people out. Wow. So I get my car stolen on me. I use the pocket knife to call the cops. And I die. Duh. Inti says I have it too. Still didn't make it past the museum. Didn't even make it to the T-Rex. And Mr. Matthews says, I played it a bit as a kid. I don't think I ever got past the first stage. I have the 2 sequels too. One of these days, I'll get to them, I'm sure. I was playing Bart vs. the World not too long ago. Very similar gameplay. Oh, Inti says he's completed. He beat Bart vs. the World back in the day. Krusty's Funhouse. That's not a Bart Simpson, but... But Bart's Nightmare, I think that was SNES, Bart's Nightmare. And he says, Bart versus the Space Mutants is a thorn in my side, one of my great shames. We got General Nukes, Master Blaster, Mealman, Human Coin, Frank Reynolds, and Long Boy, and a series of numbers. Mr. Matthews says Space Mutants is that much harder. It always was for me. I never made it very far at all in that game. But I've never given it a really serious try either. Inti says the museum stage in Space Mutants is bullcrap. I think it was the mall that I was always had trouble with. Mr. Matthews says, I love Krusty's Funhouse. That's a good one. One of his guilty pleasure games. And Inti says, I only learned years later how to defeat the T-Rex. Oh. Yeah, I thought that was that for a second. It is not. It's a part 9. The rare part 9. GV says soon we are going to need it.
What am I gonna do?
Interesting group of players that I'm with. Here we go again. On our own. Deborah. Deborah the lone wolf. It's like, get away from me. I'm a grumpy old man. I don't want to play with anyone. I don't need any help. Oh, what's that? I'm dead. Whoops. Be like, why didn't you come and help me? Stealing my car. We got nothing. Oh. Car keys. And car keys. Well, we'll go up to the top of the map because I think we are on Higgins, not Higgins again, Packanack. Make our way up here. It is the small one. So let's go to the top and call Tommy. He hasn't already been called. Get those 50 extra points.
Is anyone
It's all
there?
about that.
This is not a prank. We need your
GV
help.
says the Chadluck will
He's
need it
killing
soon. We will
us.
need it soon. I hear you. I need that Chadluck.
Please, someone.
I'm usually pretty solid as Deborah, but you have to work a lot more. Where with Chad, I can just kind of dick around and fall ass backwards into victories. So I've got the pocket knife. And I've got the shotgun. I should be able to survive a little bit in this one. Long boys checking out the other cabin. Nope. We're on that map where the boathouse is over here. Or the utility shed or whatever it's called. Nothing. No first aid, no car parts. Why did you make me come all the way out here, game? Usually there's something decent in here. Sorry guys. Mr. Mellies, it says, Inti, did you play Bart beats Radioactive Man? I don't think it's the same dev as the other two, but I'm not sure. Ah, yes, has OG's Jawa showed up? That's a great question. Has the Jawa arrived? Has the Sandcrawler delivered the goods as of yet? So no deaths. These people have done literally nothing. Somebody's got to be running around with the phone part. Good times. Nope. Jason's here. Unless somebody jumped through a window. Nah. Oh, what are you doing? Don't pick up the damn thing. Give me the damn thing. Oh my god. What the heck is that person doing? I was getting done to use my pocket knife. JV says, now let's hope you survive this round. And OG says, yes, it's awesome. Nice, OG. Very nice. And he says never played the Radioactive Simpsons game. Or Radioactive Man. Radiation Man. I think we can all celebrate Radiation Man's. It's Radioactive Man. I never even saw it. I have Bart Nightmare on SNES. That's probably the best of the old Simpsons games except the arcade. Agreed on both. Bart's Nightmare is probably the most fun of the console games. But that arcade game, I think we talked about it here before, that arcade game, I think it was made by Capcom. So good. You've got the phone part! You're carrying the phone part.
Oh my god. What happened?
Am I missing something? This person has the phone part. OG says it would definitely be in future videos, probably many.
Shit! Is that a dead body?
You've got the phone part. Oh my god.
You guys have a pocket knife or a med spray? Cause I have Hey, look at that. It's on the med spray.
Konami, thank you, Mr. Matthews. Konami. I can't believe this. I can't believe this.
That suck to be you, doesn't it?
Rather use it on me than on Travis.
ET says virtual Bart sucks in comparison. The mini games in that one are not very good. OG says you gotta keep Brent happy. Oh yeah, man. Mr. Matthew says I'm really curious to see this Jawa. JV says Doc, I came here from a time machine that you invented, and I need you to help me get back to the year 1985. My God, do you know what this means? It means this damn machine doesn't work at all.
Hey, good
Mr.
job.
Matthews says, just like X-Men and TMNT, they were masterful in making fan service beat 'em ups. Yep. I think we've talked about those before as well, TMNT a lot, but X-Men, like, nobody wanted to be on on Dazzler. Everybody wanted Wolverine or Cyclops. Colossus was really fun to play too. And the really extended one, I think, had Nightcrawler, and I can't remember the other person that was in it. It wasn't, I don't think it was Beast. Not Gambit either. Maybe it was Rogue? The person is still carrying the phone part. Well, I wasted my pocket knife. OG, it says, I can see it now. Road trips with the Jawa. Nice. Very nice, OG. America by Jawa Light. Mr. Matthew says, masterful at making them, I mean. And JV is smirking. And OG says, he says, Utini, and his eyes light up. Very nice. So we're just going to chill here for a minute because I'm sick of dying and playing with players that end up getting me killed while I'm trying to help them. So the 4-seater's repaired. I've got the car keys.
You got the,
Sorry, Frank Reynolds. I'm not sure who you're talking to if you're talking to me. JV says, I have a Gizmo plush that says bright light. When you put him in bright light, he also looks like he is real nice. Alright. Time to make a run for that car. This better be the 4-seater. Keep me guarded! Keep me guarded! Are you kidding me?
Okay, all set. Time to get out of here.
Go, 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 go! Yes! Good job. Oh. Oh, bullshit. Oh, nice card. Bullshit. Oh, great skills, great skills. You're the best, dude.
And he quit! And he rage quit. And we crashed! Finally, Monza time and a victory! It's about time. Everybody survived who was still alive. Are we still in the room? Alright, let's catch up with the chat. OG says, Sweet Jason M says, I eagerly await the Jawa reveal video. OG, doesn't seem like you see too many Jawa toys for some reason. OG says, well, this little guy is my current favorite. My current favorite, Mr. Matthew says, I have the older Gizmo plush that squeaks like a dog's toy when you shake him. Nice. Alright, let's unready there because I don't want to be playing a 4-person game. OG says, Mon's the time, and Inti says, that Jason robbed you of your victory. What BS? Oh, I hear you, man, but that counts as a victory. We were there. Like, I crashed off screen because I couldn't see the trees. I think we were actually on the road, and I skidded across the road and hit the trees, but hey. I will take the W for that. JV says, bring forth the chat if you want. JV's like the... chat is the 10 o'clock hour, so we got a couple more games. We'll roll a couple more games as Deborah. I think we're going to play a couple more as Deborah. And when we get out of it, then we'll go to Chad. But we'll also restart the game and turn up the ratio of playing as Jason so we can actually pop in as Jason a bit. Mr. Matthews says, I just might Elf. I might OG along with my Elf plush. Elf? Oh, yeah. Still waiting on a couple more players. OG says, I have Elf as well, of course. Maybe I should use him too. And Inti says, who's cuter, Baby Yoda or Gizmo? They look pretty much the same. Just without the fur. And I have a Baby Yoda. I think I showed that before on the stream. I do have a Baby Yoda now. But I want to get the animatronic. The animatronic one comes out this December. This is just the model, the 6-inch figurine that can be posed. But in December, the animatronic version's coming out, where he moves his head around in his arms, and he probably makes the noises, so... Anything animatronic I usually jump on. I will be back. I'm just going to grab a refresh on the drink. Oh my god, I think it's us. Here we go! Here we go. Like the dancing Jar Jar, says. I'm gonna get into the game here. Catch up in the chat.
Make them pay for what they did.
JV says I have the limited edition golden Jason mask. Nice. I got the Jason mask. I ordered the Ultimate Slasher edition for this on PlayStation after I had originally got the PlayStation copy, just like the digital copy, and then I bought the original copy. It came out. I supported these guys like crazy. But then I bought the Slasher edition that came with like the replica mask as well. Let's get a couple kills. Or get dummied. One of the two. We'll have fun with it. Not going to get too ragey. I'm going to have a good time and smile. I'm going to enjoy it. Just enjoy the ride. Mr. Matthews says, someday I hope to find a My Pet Monster. Good luck, man. That'd be awesome. That'd be a major score. And not animatronic like the dancing Jar Jar. Not at all. Hopefully not. OGV says, that is the vid that brought me here. Nice! Thank you for checking that out. The unboxing. That was a early one. When I was using my camera and I like filmed it upside down. And I camera on my phone, I mean. I was using my phone camera. And I had it turned the wrong way and I filmed it upside down. So I enjoyed making it though. Even though it was a little rough on the production. Running at me and shooting with flares for no reason, okay, but hey. Tiffany is such a pain. Tiffany is like the thorn in my side. Whoop. What is this person doing?
Help! Oh God! You want some more?
Yeah, bro, kill him, bro. Mess him up. Fuck him up. Fuck him up, bro. Oh, shit.
What is going on here?
Hunt them down and make them pay.
He's just standing there and letting me kill him. This is the best. This is the best. I'm loving this. I read your comment, Mr. Matthews. That's why I'm playing it up a little bit. This is so good. This is fantastic. I'm sure it could go the other way really quickly. All we need to hear is, Jason, they're trying to take me. I lay down like 5 traps. I lay down every no, actually, yeah, part 8 gets 5 traps. You lay down all 5 at the door to the cabin. Not one pocket knife used, and it's, Jason, they're trying to take me. It's like, what the? Like, what is going on here? Really?
Don't let them.
And then runs away.
They want to hurt you, Jason.
Ugh, Tiffany. I turned my sense off by accident there, so I had to kind of do the feel of where they might be. Ah, Tiffany. You're so annoying. You're too fast. I'm gonna go after whoever this is. Before she makes me salty. Makes me too salty. That sounds like another Chad. Nope, it's a Bugsy. So many shared screams. Really?
Up, Jason. Find them.
Really? Hiding behind trees? Are you kidding me? I swear to God, if I hear Jason, they're trying to take me. Alright, let's see where this person ends up. I fucking knew it. It's dummy. This is not gonna quit.
Take you from the
Come on.
Don't let them.
Help! Oh God!
These players. Zombie Cat, what's going on? Good to see you again, man. Glad you could make it. And he says, who's the most idiotic fictional corporation? OCP for putting demented drug lord in the brain of a cyborg? Engine for trying to weaponize dinosaurs? Or Wayland Yutani for weaponizing xenomorphs?
That's my boy. Hunt them down and make them pay.
I don't know, OCP and Wayland are pretty far up there. But Engine is, they're all equally pretty ridiculous ideas.
Why won't you fucking die?
Take you from me, Jason. Don't let them.
Starting to get salty. Starting to get salty.
Someone help!
Ah!
your mother.
Zombie, Mr. Matthews says, Zombie, I was just talking about eating brain sandwiches earlier. You missed it. And Zombie says they were delish. And there's the last female, so that is it for
Don't stop, Jason.
the fear of getting killed, unless any more players get
Make
added.
them suffer like we did.
Alright, let's find out who's around. They were coming inside, but then they saw me, I think. Is that another Shelly? Ah, stupid pocket knives.
Find them.
Pocket knives. Always with the pocket knives. Why does it always have to be pocket knives? Pocket knives. Why does it always have to be pocket knives?
They want to hurt you, Jason. Don't let
Way to go, bro. Mega Jetty, what's going on, man? I'm gonna catch up on the chat in a minute.
Someone help!
Could have had him there. That was my mistake. Miss me. Too far, man. Way too far to use that thing. GV says, buddy got oofed.
Oh god, no!
don't
Dead by pocket knives or throwing knives. I always call them pocket knives.
make them
Throwing
suffer
knives.
like
Pocket knives are the annoying thing counselors have. And throwing knives. Throwing darts is what I think they're supposed to be. I think they're supposed to be the throwing darts from part 6. But that was one of my favorite kills, where he gets the guy in the eye with it. Oh, Tommy, you annoying. Where'd you get another shotgun from? What is it, spawn extra in the game just to piss me off? Every cheese move possible around the damn picnic table. I knew it. I knew it.
hurt you, Jason.
I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen.
Help! Oh god! Please, no!
Just you and me, Tommy. Just you and me.
Hunt them down and make them pay.
Oh, he wants that kill. It's all yours then, Tom. It's all yours, TJ. 2 for 2. Monza time on the first, even though the guy quit And that, my friends, is a perfect run.
Don't stop, Jason. They deserve to die. Make them suffer like we.
So yeah, let's see what we got here. Catch up on the chat. Inti says, I saw RoboCop 2 yesterday, got me thinking about other foolish endeavors by fictional companies. RoboCop 2 is awesome, though. We've talked about it here before. Let's go back over to the chat, zoom up a bit. Zombiecat says, phone kept saying error occurred and couldn't chat, just watch okay so far today. Gotcha. No problem. YouTube glitch for sure, OG. Oh, and they got salty and left because they don't like getting run by Jason. They're like, oh my god, Jason's a challenge? Yeah, they still can be. Sometimes I can really suck at it, though. Mr. Matthews says, the idea for RoboCop 2 was sound. They just need to figure out a way to make him behave himself. Yes, yes. Well, that was the idea of using the crank or whatever. Not the crank. What was it called? The drug. We've talked about it here before. Where they pop the red caplet and they put it on the neck. I've even said the words before. Why is that out of my brain tonight? Mega Jetty is here. Everybody's saying hello to Mega Jetty. RoboCub says well, of course, the idea was sound, just not the execution. RoboCub and Mega Jetty are talking, and Mega Jetty says, doing okay. Work has really been cutting into my video making. I haven't been able to get to work on my Star Wars What If or my Terminator What If I have planned. Same here, man. And Mr. Matthews says, and RoboCub 2, what are the odds? Oh, Zombie was here before. Yes, so RoboCub and Zombie are both here. Both the Cubs. The Cub Army is here, minus Cub himself. But the Cub Army. OG says, gang's all here. Yep. And Mega says, actually he hit you, but you're in rage, therefore it has no effect. And Mega Jetty said, I had to resent his pizza today. Thankfully, our financials have gotten better this week. That's good to hear, Mega. Pizza's always a good way to go. I had pizza earlier this week. Wasn't the best experience I've had with pizza, but Pizza Hut has got this really good deal going on right now. And I should have had that. Next time it will be the Pizza Hut. OG says, I need throwing darts. Don't we all, OG? JV says, yesterday I was playing this and somehow kept telling me to step into the trap, and it was in the doorway, and I stepped around it somehow and killed the player, and he was, oh my god, how odd. Yeah, when you can actually just like edge your way around the trap, that makes me so salty if I'm the counselor. So I was like, no, I'm just gonna go over the top. RoboCub says, spraying those darts would be more effective. Nice kill. People are still talking. Mega Jizzy says, awesome kill. That's a good one. If you're talking about the Tommy kill with the pipe, the water pipe, the well. OG says, good comeback, Pete. Thank you. Thank you. We started off a bit slow, but finished everyone off. I always feel good when I get the last girl and they don't have the sweater, then I don't have to worry about them hunting me, because this game is so broken. Thank you. Thank you. Mega Jetty says, speaking of RoboCop, he's being added to MK11 to Battle Terminator, and he's voiced by Peter Weller. Peter Weller, the original actor. Just when I thought MK11 was overhyped with PC nonsense, they want me to get it. Well, yeah, having Peter Weller back, because I remember he did RoboCop 1 and 2, and then he left for RoboCop 3 because he wanted to do a different movie. 54? No, not 54. It was like it was another action adventure, but it was, I think he was in like the jungle, I want to say. But that's the movie he decided. Nuke, thank you, Nuke. And Zombie Cat says, let's celebrate with brain pizza. More brain pizza. Inti says, yes, Inti, thank you. Nuke, the most addictive drug in history. Well, of course it is. I even knew exactly what it looked like. A little red capsule, you break it, you put it on your neck, and you're all good. Alright, let's just silence Teddy Bear Love and his stories. As interesting as Teddy Bear Love talking about getting beat up by a bouncer, we will talk in the chat. Unless you guys want to hear more about Teddy Bear Love getting beat up by a bouncer, just let me know. RoboCop says, yummy zombie. Inti says, I love that opening scene in RoboCop when a nuke addict maniac kills the general surgeon while screaming nuke. Yeah.
I gotta find the others.
Oh, we are in Pinehurst. We're on a big board. And this will be the last run as Deborah, and then we're going to switch to Chad. This will be the last Deborah run of the night. We should have went at the high note with the last victory and switched to Chad. Deborah and Pinehurst. That's a bit of a challenge, but we'll see what we can do. Inti says, Mega Jetty, they even have at 209. Oh, in Mortal Kombat 11. Nice. No car up here, though. I was about to not lock the door, but then I thought better of it. Don't be that person. Don't be that player. Take that extra minute, lock the door. Now Deborah has a map. Mega says this week, with what little free time I've had, I've been grinding for Maulskin on Battlefront 2. He's at level 161 and I have over 3,500 out of 5,000 kills. Nice, man. You're way ahead of where you were last time. You're on track. Inti says they showed RoboCop 2 and 3 back to back yesterday, so I watched them both. RoboCop 3 has none of the satire, the smart commentary. It's a generic action story with RoboCop. Really. It really does. And the flying, the wings. Mr. Melly says, still haven't seen RoboCop 3. You're not missing anything. If you watch Cub reviews of the creators of Verhoeven, the Verhoeven Spotlight, he talks about the Canadian produced television show as well. Avoid that as well, just as much as RoboCop 3. Both of them are horrible.
Help us! Jason's real! Please help us! Jason's alive!
OG says I've been working in the yard before heat waves makes that impossible. New video with Jawa soon though. Nice. And M says he doesn't feel like he's missing anything. You're not. Alright, let's find the car. Well, I've actually got the gas, so probably make more sense to try to get out as Deborah. I mean, in the boat, but it's the 4-seater, can help other people. Let's go to the car. Mega says, I have some issues with RoboCop 2. While it may have had the director of Empire Strikes Back, it changed music and didn't give Murphy a second chance to reunite with his family. And RoboCop says RoboCop 3. Inti says it's really quaint compared to the other two. It's PG-13. They have ninja robots that look completely human. Yep. Mega says, while RoboCop 3 has a different actor, at least felt like the first film. Mr. Matthew says, you did watch the Cub video, in fact. That's one of my... I like a lot of Cub stuff, but that's one of my favorites.
Thank God it actually fit.
That and the Terminator one. That's what sold me, and that's when we first started talking in the community. When I watched his Terminator one, and he told me, and he tells the story in the video about how he stole his parents' car. Him and his buddy stole the car to go watch Judgment Day in the theater. I was like, okay, I can talk to this guy. We have common ground. Uh-oh. JV says the Chad is going to be here soon. Sure is. We just have to survive, hopefully, in this one. Uh-oh. Or come back as Tommy. We could die and come back as Tommy. That'd be a good one.
Hey, get up.
Oh, we've got a kid as Jason. Back in the day, what the community used to call Squeaker. We will leave little Jason alone and make our way over here. OG says, good man, M. And Mega Jetty says, currently eating Reese's Pieces while watching the stream this week. My stepdad and I binged watch X-Men, the animated series. Yes, you finished it. I remember you talking about that last week, that you guys had started it. Very nice. And Mega Jetty says, we're currently at the Beyond Good and Evil arc. I need to go back and watch that. We were talking about that last week, and then I was thinking about all the things like with Cable and the time travel episodes and Bishop. Definitely need to go back and watch some of that. Oh, let's pick up this first aid. OG says I've burned 4 Scream movies onto DVD this week. I saw that news that, because I haven't done it, I've been so busy, the bits and pieces are definitely on hiatus again. But I noticed that that is a go, the new Scream movie, and Arquette's involved in it. So that will be interesting. Not that David Arquette's really doing anything right now, but good to see that's an actual thing and moving forward. And Mega Jetty says that's the arc that got my stepdad into the show and we bonded over it. Nice. So let's get the battery. You're gonna. I know we're gonna repair the car again, and somebody's gonna steal the damn car. But hey, that's the life of a fixer. Sometimes you get in the car, sometimes you get left behind. Sometimes you have to find the keys yourself and steal the car. But it's all a matter of perspective. Do you have the car keys? I really hope you have the car keys. You're dancing around.
I hope I'm doing this right.
You got keys?
No! Why are you dancing? Why are you even following me if you don't have the keys? I don't have the keys. Like, why? I think this is the cabin we were already in. Yeah, it was. Because he was trying to break that down that door and then left. Well, hopefully we get a Jason Rage quit here. And we can go on to Chad without too many glitches. Too many hiccups. Too many hiccups. And we were in here as well. Yeah, I think we've checked all these cabins. And now that dude's probably just going to hang around the car. Just like that player in the first game. I'm just going to stay close to the car. And he says, I always wondered in the X-Men animated series, Gambit should have given one of those Genosha collars that canceled mutant powers to Rogue as a birthday present or something. Well, that would be a good idea. Get her to temporarily not have her powers. Because that was always Rogue's issue. Hurting people with her powers. Being out of control. Oh, an unchecked cabin. Oh my god, we got the car keys. I'll catch up on your comments in a minute, Mega. Only issue I have with the X-Men DVD volumes I have is the edits to the episodes. I remember the final part of Good and Evil being longer on the first airing. The revoiced Gladiator. Yeah, I remember the edits. I think they were on the VHS as well back in the day. In the days. It's that same guy. How about we do nothing and just wander around and normally draw heat from any decent Jason? Because you're making so much noise as Vanessa. Terrible players. Terrible players. Mega Jetty says my stepdad was impressed by the Beyond Good and Evil arc because it was so complex and yet it was in a kid's TV show. Monza time. Dirt road off-roading on Monza. There's only 2 seats, gents. Ladies and gentlemen, there's only 2 seats. I should drive into the river. Be like, how about you guys actually do something? But that's just salty me talking. Monza time, we're out. Repaired the car. And found the car keys while the other people did nothing. Inti says, Rogue, Gambit, I love you, but we can never get physical. Gambit, don't worry, Sherry. I swindled this collar from when I was captured in Genosha. Don't worry. Don't worry, Sherry. Mr. Matthews says, I just took another look at my wife's NES collection. She has all kinds of shifty games. Are you going to try to complete Ghostbusters 2, Pete? Oh, God. Oh, God. I don't know what I undertook when I made this idea or came up with this idea. But yeah, I'll put that on the list. The list has grown since we last talked as well. There's just so many games. And it doesn't just have to be in the end. That's why I'm trying to keep it to 8-bit and 16-bit. Because anything beyond that, there's just way too much. Mega says, I read that in the comics, Rogue doesn't wear the inhibitor collar because in the Extinction Agenda storyline, Rogue was enslaved on Genosha with the collar, and the guards hinted at wanting to ravage her. This made her reluctant to wear the collar, and it's been recently revealed that she can't control her powers is because she is filled with fear of intimacy.
Yeah,
Mega says, they didn't show that in the cartoon. Exactly.
Oh, yep, it is over here. I could hear her.
Another kid playing with Teddy Bear Love, the dude who was talking about being beat up by a bouncer. That's a nice mix. Very nice mix.
Before we go in, I need stamina.
Oh, they're gonna kill Jason. Why are you?
Another girl getting chased by Jason.
Why are you killing Jason, man?
Yep, it's right here.
Why? Even.
No, he.
I would never be that. It's a kid playing Jason. Just let him do his thing.
The sweater girl get Oh, you take the sweater.
There, let's
take
mute.
that pocket knife.
Hold on.
Take that pocket knife.
There we go. There we go. Muted. And he says they couldn't show Wolverine healing in the cartoon. That's another thing that bothered me back then. He keeps saying he was healing powers, but we never saw it. Yep. Way to go, Teddy Bear Love. There's one trap, not even near the edge of the cabin. JV says the flip is a kid doing on here. Used to play on PlayStation way more than Steam. There were so many. I started playing the game on PlayStation. There were so many kids, so many kids. There, the groups, the room would just be filled with kids. It would be me and like 7 kids talking like that, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna leave this room, go in another room, same thing. And that's why I mute them. Because there a lot of kids play this game. Especially on PlayStation and Xbox.
Please, no!
Jason, Mother is talking
You want
to
some
you.
more?
Put the weapon down and come to Mommy.
There's the kill.
That's a good boy. That's my Jason.
There's the kill. And he says it always amazes me how many children play this game. This franchise is way after their time. You're right, Inti. It really is. But it's that kind of franchise that they just hear rumors of. They know the stories, or they'll Google it or see it on the internet. It's a fable. And we're inside the middle of Tommy's head. Mr. Matthew says, is that kid Aussie? What time is it over there? It'd be like, oof, I want to say 12 hours ahead. So probably like 10 o'clock my time. Is that the math? Does that work? Let's see what time it is. Speed demon, even though there's a rabbit. Fast as a bunny. I get the reference. All right, Chad, you're going in. Kensington power is needed. The luck of the Chad has been accepted. Twelve 12:14 p.m. So I was wrong. It's 14 hours ahead. 14 hours ahead. So it's just lunchtime. And they're talking again. No, Jamo is gone, though. They have left. JV says, bring forth the holy Chad grenade. Is it here? Chad time has arrived. Cobra Kai will never die. We shall see glorious victories in every match. I'm predicting it right now. Mega Jetty says, to be honest, like Gambit and Rogue. I like Gambit and Rogue. I just don't like them as a couple. For one, they are stereotypical pairing for both being Southerners. Second, they seem to be only defined by their relationship. And now, we're gonna wait. And Snowdub is here for killing time. Hey, Snowdub, what's going on? We have been on a roll. Started out pretty rough, and we've been on a roll the last few matches. Inti says, in the animated series, I remember an episode where Gambit and his swamp buddies have to give an offering to some lady goddess that comes out of the water. I think I remember that one. There were some interesting episodes in that series as well. Mega Jetty says, LOL, yes, the Chad grenade of Encronin. I'm pronouncing that wrong. I know the holy hand grenade. Mr. Matthew says, okay, then I guess it's okay that they're awake. Like I said, they're probably sitting down to lunch, having a Vegemite sandwich possibly, and just playing some Friday the 13th, saying, Mom, I'm out of milk. Mom, I'm out of juice. I need more juice, Mom. Am I going to get some cookies, Mom? Mega says, that would be externally yours. There we go. Mega's probably just seen that episode. Or is familiar with it previously. We've been pretty good. We've had some pretty good luck tonight, not waiting for rooms to load, but we're in a wait. We've got two people, including that kid that aren't readied up, that's playing Jason, or was playing Jason. Mitch. Now I've got Chad. Unready. On my screen, it's Chad. The picture kind of looks like it, but it's Chad. I never pick Mitch. We have this discussion all the time when I glitch and end up playing as Mitch. I can't stand that character. Has no repair skill, has 0 stamina. He's worse than Kenny. Kenny's like the balanced character that's like 555 down the middle. I think Mitch is even worse than Kenny. I'd rather play as Shelly. La Chapa. Or La Chapa. Now we're waiting for someone to load in. Morrison Ramirez is still not in the gate. We have to wait for Morrison Ramirez to join us in the game room. Because somebody left, that's what happened. Somebody left while we were loading. So now we're waiting for this other... Somebody else came in, and now we're waiting for this other person to load in. It'll be worth it. Once we get into it, watch me be Jason though. Once we get into it, it'll be worth the wait because it'll be Chad time. Ah, it got booted. I knew it. Whenever it waits too long and the people don't load in, the game just boots them out. Oh, we are... It is us. We are Jason again. Here we go again, guys. Here we go. Let's see if we can have a redo of last time. I'm fine as long as I don't get killed. That's when I get salty.
Shouldn't be here, Jason.
If I don't get
Stop them.
like all the kills, I can live without that. So pretty much everybody's been in tonight. I wonder where Nerd is. Nerd did not make it tonight. Hopefully he's doing okay. I know he just released a video. A Star Wars parody video. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but it's on my watch later list. So now it's killing time. Oops, what am I doing? I think I'm a counselor. Trying to prepare the thing. Somebody's standing in front of the window for some reason. That was random. But I'll take it. Okay. Well, at least I won't... Oh, it's the kid. Sorry, kid. Go finish your sandwich and bug your mom for more cookies or something to that effect.
Yes. Kill for mother.
Mr. Matthews says, Inti, are you working on any videos? And Mega Jetty says, since it'll be some time before I make and post them, I'll tease you with titles of the title of the What If vids. Can I get a drum roll, please? And Mr. Matthews put a muffin? Somebody put the drum emoji up. Mr. Matthews says the Europeans have been a little flaky lately. Well, glad to see we're all here. Everybody who is able to make it, I always appreciate it. And I'm sure I'll find my way back to the digital pollution before long. Other than the Friday night thing, I've taken a break from YouTube as well. We're on the Discord, and I've been pretty quiet this week, so I've been busy. I'll be completely upfront about that. I know I haven't been the most active. Is that person injured? So what are the things? I'll find someone and kill somebody for you, Mega, so then you can release the information on the what ifs. Nope. They're not in there anymore. Came out too early. Oh, it's Victoria in that plaid suit. Oh! Damn! Popcorn! Okay, popcorn. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now that I look a little bit closer. From back here. And the lighting. With my monitor, I thought it was like a muffin or something. Gonna get salty soon. I hate players that do that. Smack the window after I've hit to break it. That's why I try to do the swing one. 'Cause sometimes it doesn't happen.
Oh my God! What happened?
Somebody quit. Like it says, first Star Wars Infinity is what if Han died on Endor. Somebody's repairing something. Let's check this one out. It's the other one. God damn it. Not even close to it.
They want to hurt you, Jason. Don't let them.
That's the person that was sitting by the car in my game. Mega Jetty goes on to say that was how Harrison Ford initially wanted. Yeah, that's what he wanted to die in. My vid tells how the story would have changed if it did. OG says they have been flaky. I'm a bit worried for them. What do you mean, OG? Like they're not? Did Juz not do the digital pollution this week?
Help! Oh God!
I said, run in a straight line right in the open. Love it. Love it. Go out in the open and run straight away. Run straight away. Mega says, second Terminator, what if Kyle Reese survived, tells the ending epilogue of T1 differently and shows how T2 would be different with Reese involved.
Make them suffer like we did.
I hear you on that, man. Other than those awful deleted scenes when he's in, like, the dream sequences in the hospital that got removed for obvious reasons. They're not up by the cabin. Come on. No. They're not. They're over that way. I was looking the wrong way in the map. Oh, that Veronica or Victoria or whatever the hell that character's name is. Victoria. That's that girl from part 7 who gets thrown behind the TV. Head in the axe. Axe in the head. Thrown behind the TV. OG says no podcast. Oh, no. Well, hopefully he makes the stream tomorrow, because I know he's supposed to do the Wasp Woman, which is one of my favorite B movies. I love the Wasp Woman.
Holy shit, is that a dead body?
God damn it. God damn it. Yeah. Oh, come on. Pocket knives. Pocket knives.
No matter what they do to you, you cannot die. You can never die.
What the heck is this person doing? Oh, it's the kid.
Please, no!
Already used his pocket knife for something, obviously.
Yes. Kill for mother. They want to hurt you, Jason.
Maybe he gave his pocket knife to her. I'll catch up on the chat in a minute, OG. It looks like a 3D. It looks like when you put 3D glasses on. Old school ones.
Yes? Is this the police? Where are the kids at Camp Crystal Lake? We need you! We need you now! Please, no!
Take you from me, Jason. Don't let
They got the cops called.
Help me! Please! You want some more?
They want to hurt you, Jason. Don't let them.
Victoria should not be able to do thick skin like that. That thick skin buff is such BS. Now I'm starting to get salty. Now I'm getting salty. Oh, I'm out of pocket knives, that's why. Like, why don't I have any throwing knives? God damn it. Yeah. Getting salty. JV says, oof, the players are done now. They made Pete salty. Yup. They really did. And I knew I should have cracked that window because they're just going to keep doing the same BS. The defending stuff because the game is so broken. Out the window. Around tables. Like nothing original. It's my own fault for not having throwing knives anyway. I went too quickly through the game. The first part. I should have been collecting material. Gonna go out that window. Oh. Not out the window. The person's not stupid enough to go in there. But, yeah, OG's talking about the virus, but extra strain on an already weak structure. And Mr. Matthews sounds like there's some drama with Cub, but I don't want to gossip. Gotcha. Well, I hope they're both doing well. I know that sometimes it can be a challenge working with what's going on. And I didn't break that window. Oh, thank God. Thank frig. They screwed up.
They deserve to die, Jason. Make them suffer.
They're trolling me hard, Mega. That's why I'm getting salty. They know exactly what they're doing. Throwing knife. If I can pick it up. Goddamn glitch. There we go. There we go. Well, at least I got one of them. If I don't get both of them. And another pocket knife. That's 3 pocket knives. Give me a break.
No matter what they do to you, you cannot die. You can never die.
3 pocket knives. Like, come on. Come on. You're right, JV. They got me salty, and it worked.
You've done your job well.
OG says, always, Megan says, I didn't mind that deleted scene. It showed how much Sarah still missed him, as John mentioned later when they were in the desert. It could have been done better. I just think it didn't fit in terms of the pacing of the movie. It wasn't a bad deleted scene, just in the flow of the movie, I think it broke it up too much, especially with how cool the hospital scenes are. OG says, always drama with Cub, but more serious now, maybe. Jez will do his movies, I think, but he's concerned over the direction of the podcast. You know how that goes, Pete? Yep. I do indeed. I do indeed. Mr. Matthews says, good in Jez for being loyal, but it seems like you could still have a good podcast with Cub, Adam, Brent, and sometimes Nerd, and now you, OG. And OG says, I think it will work itself out. It just needs a bit of time. Everybody's going through a lot of stuff, because I know it's all been stressful for all of us. So there's going to be a bit of friction and a bit of change. I'm sure they'll find their way back to being on the pollution, on the digital pollution. Mr. Matthews says, geez, I messed that up. And OG says, I doomed the show. LOL. Mr. Matthews says, seems like the podcast could go on without Cub for a week, but maybe Jez won't do it without him. OG says, maybe so. Or he just needed a break. It started with just Jez and Cub. I think he just wants to avoid virus talk. I will continue to try to get the band back together. That's the thing. Like, we should be talking about... We can talk about that stuff on my channel. I don't mind talking about it, but I don't want to have focus on it. And I'm not going to focus too much on what's going on, whether it be what's being communicated through the mainstream media or conspiracy theories. That's not what I'm going to make circle my whole thing about. So I can completely appreciate that. Like, let's take this time to relax, enjoy our Friday, try to escape for a bit. Because once gaming is gone, then, like, you know, there's not too much else. You have movies and music, and gaming. That's it. Mr. Matthews, join in another beer, OG. I'm buying. And Mega Jess says, Victoria got you. Sure did. Damn you. Damn you, Victoria. OG, me and you got a debate. Con versus motion picture. They will unite against us to be happy. Exactly. I'll go on the con side. I'm on the fence about that one as a traditional Canadian. I'm a fence sitter. But I will go with the con pro campaign there. So the Americans, the North Americans, I'll join in on that. And I'll betray my former mother country of Great Britain. Mr. Matthews says it's a piece of fabric. That's a weird one. Mega says, I think it fit as the perfect warning for Sarah. Interpreter nightmares as warnings that temporal displacement occurred. The more intense the nightmare, the guarantee a Terminator is here. That's a good point, Mega. From a hardcore fan point of view, or standpoint, I get what you're saying, man. But I mean in terms of the average moviegoer, just going in for a summer blockbuster, I can see how it kind of kills the pacing of the movie. But I can see the value of it from your perspective as well. OG says, beer! Beer for everyone. Finally, it's Chad time. Damn it, I forgot to turn that damn baseball bat glitch thing on. I've had that on before they increased all the weapons. OG said, yep, we pretty much avoid serious talk here. That's what it's all about, man. Like, we can talk about serious stuff. I don't mind getting into that, but I'm just here to have a good time. Chill, enjoy our Friday nights, and focus on the positive. Except when I'm super salty, I'm usually a pretty glass half full kind of guy. Unless I'm getting dummied by annoying counselors with pocket knives and baseball bats ad nausea. But hey. Mr. Matthews says, Stacy and I got our Trump bucks this week. Nice. Okay, Mega Jetty said she put the victory in Victoria. She did indeed. And GEV says, nah, as an Irishman, whiskey is still better, or is better, sorry. And Mr. Matthews says, sure, it's just a loan from our future selves, but still, from our future selves. Pretty much. That's why a lot of people here, like, what we have is the CERB, it's Canadian Employment Relief Benefit. Of course, we have to make it more technical than absolutely necessary, adding in extra cool words. But I know a lot of people that are working and they're also claiming it, but I'm not. That's probably not something I'm going to do. Not while I'm able to work. But no, we don't have. Our Prime Minister just didn't give money away. But I got a little bit extra at tax time, so can't complain. That's for sure. I'm doing okay. My microwave died this week, though. So I'm going to try to go without a microwave for a bit, see how long I can last. OG said, we need you, Pete. 3-on-3. One continent versus the another. I'm there. I'll jump on that. I am down. Mr. Matthews says, oh, there's no cons on the con side, Pete. Only pros. Nice. Mega says, Cobra Kai is still not here yet, and it's making me nuts. My mom is coming over Memorial Day for a barbecue, and the lack of Cobra Kai to watch makes it less fun. Well, you can rewatch the older episodes. Mr. Matthew says, plus red shirt makes it 4. Then we're going to have to get a 4th Brit or European. Well, we got Brent, Cub, Nerd, and Jez. So 4 on 4. 4 on 4 right there. OG says Khan was not just a better Star Trek movie, but one of the greatest movies of all time. What the? I can't believe I got out of the window. What was I thinking? Sorry, Chad. The Chad luck ran out that time. Man. I really shrewded that. I shrewded that move. JV says, Cobra Kai never dies until I do something stupid, like what happened right there. Mr. Matthew says, I think here you can still work 24 hours a week and still get assistance. I think you can as well here if you're working part-time. You can apply for partial of the CERB, the CERB. JV says, everyone spam F in the chat to pay respect to Pete's dying microwave. Thank you, man. But no, I tried to use it the other day, and it was making like a weird humming at first. And then I smelled like a burning smell. I'm like, whoop, I got to take that out. I'm going to try to live for a bit without a microwave. Probably won't get very long, but give it a shot. And it is summer, so barbecue as much as possible. Mr. Matthews says, I heard my boss talking about some stuff some of the other employees are pulling. No, I was learning about it because I was reading an article and I was talking to some friends about it. And yeah, that they're not going to enforce clawing back people that have been overpaid for a couple of years. So I'm like, okay, that's really kind of another loan to your future self. You're going to get clawed back eventually anyway. Mega says, I can't. I ditched my YouTube premium months back to save money. Oh yeah, I hear you on that, Mega. Snow said, damn, Chad got a tree split. He did indeed. I almost said 3. I was reading it. Saying happy Friday to each other. And Mr. Matthews says, LOL, I get the reference. That's all I've been watching lately. I finally switched back to the Trailer Park Boys because I must have watched through the Office like 3 times. Like, I need to stop watching this. Mega says, Star Trek The Voyage Home was the last best Star Trek movie. It not only fit Roddenberry's vision of having action without needing to fire a phaser or throw a punch, but also made the most money before JJ Trek. GV says, where's the other Irish dude? Just another nerd. Where is he? We were just talking about them a little bit ago in the chat there, GAV, that Nerd and the Europeans haven't been as active. But Nerd put a video up, so I'll watch that tomorrow. Maybe I'll ask him, be like, yo, man, why didn't you make it? You're like a staple. Everyone who's here right now is like a staple of Crystal Lake Fridays. But no, people get busy. Understandable. Mr. Matthews says, what's your case against Star Trek 6, Mega? And OG says 4 was better than the motion picture 2, Mega. Oh. M says agreed. And Mr. Mega says nothing. Star Trek 6 is a great film, but ST4 is just the best.
Oh my god.
That's a tough one for me. I think I prefer The Undiscovered Country, and I really like The Voyage Home. There's a lot of good parts of The Voyage Home, but I think I might have to go with The Undiscovered Country. There's a lot of really good parts in that one too. OG says no laughs, action, or heart in the motion pictures. It's very sterile, OG. I hear you on that. It's a very sterile. And they tried. Like when they first introduced and Rand was in like the transporter room, they tried to add like a little bit of Star Trek, the warmth to it, but it was so Antiseptic. The movie is so like cleansed, if that's a good way of the heart. You're right. It's missing it. It's exactly what you'd expect to read in like a tactical manual. If you open like a Star Trek tactical manual, that's what you would read. Why are we watching? That's the kid. OG says it's why Europeans love it. Technically sound. GV says, no, I'm not a staple to this. I'm super glue to crazy. To Crystal Lake Fridays. You said super glue, so I read it as crazy glue to Crystal Lake Fridays. Well, I appreciate you here along with everyone else that you've joined us. You've joined the group here that converges, or yeah, we'll go with converges. Convalesces, I was going to say. A little esoteric. Here every Friday nights. Friday mornings now for yourself. Mr. Matthews says, well, if that's easy, I'd say Star Trek 4 was the best third, was the third best out of the 6. What about Search for Spock? We got to remember Search for Spock. That's a good one. Oh, they pulled at me. They ran right into Roy. Roy's getting some easy kills tonight, guys. Mr. Matthews says it goes 2, 6, 4. Who cares about the next two's order? And then 5 last. I would have to say 2, 6, 4, 3. I don't know. You're right. That one could flip-flop. OG says we need you, Jason. I think that's the last person. Yeah, everybody quit the room. Everybody quit the room. JV says, yeah, we are like a little group that meets up every Friday. Oh yeah, man. That's what we do here on my channel. I'm a small YouTuber. I'm playing a dead game, but hey, as long as we have fun here. As long as we have fun, that's the best part about it. Mega says Star Trek 4 needed a light touch. And OG says 2, 4, 6, 3, 1, 5, mic drop. And JEV says, why do you need me? And Mega says 4, 2, 3, 6. So there we go. A bit of a. Well, I'm happy to have all you guys here. Join us here every Fridays. That's the thing. When I do my stream, I don't need anyone. I appreciate every viewer that comes in now. It's a different thing. So, and it's a tighter knit. We all know each other, and you're becoming part of the group, and more than welcome to join us every Friday as we do our thing. I don't sell myself very well. That's the one thing. One thing. Speaking of talking with Cub and Jez, when we were doing the stream, I'm not very much that. I'm not that type of YouTuber. You're not going to see me with merch and that sort of stuff. That's just not me, man. OG says you add spice to our stew. Oh yeah, man. Mr. Matthew says I'd probably got 3 also. If only, I'd probably got 3 also, if only because it was more interesting marginally. And we had Christopher Lloyd as a Klingon. Right there is enough for me to give it a few marks. And part 5, it's got its highlights, like the row your boat scene. IGV says, how do I do that? And OG says, you bring a unique point of view, my friend. Exactly. And that's why we're all from different parts of the world, whether it be North America or Europe, and we bring our own perspectives. And this is an open forum. So like, I'm not gonna rule, or I'm not gonna. Well, I have a couple guidelines that I go by, as long as it's not abusive. Pretty cool, but I'm very loose with that rule as well. Mega says, I try not to sell myself. I just promote the videos to give people some good content. I just hope they sub. That's all you can do, Mega. That's all we can do. Ever since Google bought YouTube, the game has really changed. So it's not... Just enjoy what you do. That's the most important thing. And here we go. As Chad. Again, hopefully we actually do a bit better this time. Or we get another run in as Jason. Because we're at 11 o'clock. Oh, wow. Getting on. 2.5 hours into the stream. OG says, Kirk kicking the Klingon off the mountain. I have had enough of you. Mega says, I'd rather accept Cybok as canon track than Michael Burnham. Oh, yeah. Discovery. Don't get me started on that. I've been so good tonight. Not salty and a decent, like, mood or perspective. Discovery will send me down Salt Road. We'll be at Salt Lake City before we know it. Salt Lake City, Utah. And Mr. Matthews says, honestly, 5 still has some good parts. The story was interesting, at least. I need to go back and watch that one. That's my least watched one, for sure. I remember my dad used to watch it all the time, and I didn't understand it. Like, why do you keep watching this one? GV says, yeah. Mr. Matthews says, Pete's #1 rule is don't flip and swear. I've done very good tonight. I think I've only dropped 1 F-bomb. So I've done very good tonight. OG says 5 is better on New Trek combined. In this whole the story about New Worlds, I think it's called the New Worlds, that show, the Pike show, that could be a really good show, but I don't trust Kurtzman at all, especially with Akiva Goldsmith writing it. I will watch it just because I love Anson Mount. We talked about that before when he first showed up in Discovery. We talked about that on the DLC. I used to watch Hell on Wheels all the time. I never finished that show. I never made it through the 5th season. But I did enjoy it. So I will likely give that show a chance. And Rebecca remains Stamos, even though she's a bit older now. Like, come on, Mystique back in the day. Rebecca Romaine now. Sorry, back in the day she was Rebecca Romaine Stamos. How could I be so naughty? Mega says, yes, I love that. I have had enough of you. I'm trying to find a moment to use that in my Blue Shogun story. Nice. We better not die again. We're not having a lot of child luck tonight. I prefer that baseball bat. God damn it. Mr. Matthews said Star Trek V might actually be better than all the TNG movies. I don't know. I went back and I've watched the TNG movies again. They're not too bad. I really enjoyed Nemesis. JV says, tomorrow I'm going to my aunt's house in Detroit to spend time with her. On her birthday, nice. OG says, Mr. M enforce that rule. JV says, and then Mr. Matthews says, "Are you coming to America, JV?" And JV says, "And the next day I'm heading back to Ireland." OG says, "No too far, M. TNG has its place." Alright. Let's actually get back to doing some functions as Chad. JV, you are coming over? Over here on this side of the pond? That's awesome. Was he just farming the car? Or camping on the car? What a terrible Jason.
Please, no!
Who just camps the car? Like, come on. Come on! Come on, dude. Like, what? Who does that? Just sitting at the car as Jason. It's not fly paper. Well, I guess it was, because they killed me, but... Mega says, "Speaking of Blue Shogun, I plan to introduce my own version of Marvel and DC heroes, and here's my version of Superman. I call him a mythoman. He's the man of myth, and like Soups, he has mythos." Mr. Matthews says, "The movies, though?" And OG says, "I'm optimistic for the Pike Show against all my better judgment. I'll watch it. Anson Mount will at least make it entertaining, no matter how." But the entire show better not be him getting cucked, like Pike getting cucked by number one. Like, number one is everything. That would be too much. We are ready to go. We are ready to go. We are ready to go. God damn it.
There, got it.
I've already been to all three of these cabins. None of them have other parts. Wasting time. Be very quiet. Mr. Brother says, "I love the TNG series probably more than the original series, but the movies aren't that great." I'll agree with you on Resurrection, that's for sure. And Generations, if that counts as a TNG movie. But First Contact and Nemesis are pretty decent. IJV says, "Yeah, tomorrow is my aunt's birthday and she lives in Detroit." And nice. Mega Jetty says, "I still enjoy Generations." And OG says, I appreciate them now more than I appreciate them more now than then." And I'm probably the same way with you there, OG. Now I know what true bad Trek is. Maybe exactly. Exactly. It just makes it seem better. Oh, look, it's Darcy. There's Darcy the mail girl, everyone. She's there again. That's totally Darcy. I'm not surprised she was a backpacker of this game, that's for sure. JV says, I ran right in while I'm reading the chat.
No!
Reading the chat, running right into Jason. Good plan. JV says, so I see what America looks like right now. And Mr. Matthews says, cross his arms, agree to disagree. And Snowdub says, this Jason sucks. He really does. But I'm not doing myself any favors either.
Help me. Please.
God damn it. God damn it. More hacking. More hacking. IJV says, because I'm mostly used to seeing trees and grass where I live. Definitely it'd be a different experience coming to Detroit, that's for sure. Josie, OG says, I'm in a good mood, Em. More beer and you will come around. Mr. Matthew says, you're in luck. I think the trees and grass are taking Detroit back. Mega Jetty says, lately, people come into big lots where I work and people complain whenever I or my colleagues have our masks lowered to breathe. We wouldn't have to wear them if they'd had stayed home. OG says, maybe a watch party? General Nukes. Major says, first contact tried to be like Rathacon while with its Moby Dick references. And Mr. Matthews says, TNG movie suffered from Wrath of Khan envy. JV says, I'm gonna be sad though. Because my horse is going to have to be put in my friend's stable until I get back, and I love my horse. Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome. I can imagine. Horses are the best. OG says that's true, M. Mega J said, gender check. And Mr. Matthews says, Nemesis was probably the best of the four, but it was definitely also the Rathaconist. OG says, I always get a buzz before watching them, M. And Snowdub says, gender check, tuck and roll, hashtag cotton connection. What is this person doing? Hi. Mega says, I won't lie. I cried at the end of Nemesis when Data... Oh, I don't want to rehash that. Nope. Not having much luck over there. Not having much luck over there at all. We're not having much luck as Chad. Got owned two matches in a row. Trash talking Jasons. Ugh. That's really how you have to survive though, as part 2, just a slasher. I mean, hacking and trash talking. And AJ is dead. That was an annoying Jason, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm trying to be as little, as lowered on the salt volume as possible.
All done now, Jason. Your job
The salt scale?
return to Mom.
The salinity meter? Salinity meter, there we go. I'm trying to be as, I'm trying to measure as low in the salinity meter as possible. Register as low. Nailed it. After like 15 tries. A JV says, so let's see this play out. And she's dead. And we're not having a 4-player group, guys. Gonna have to wait for a bit for that before I ready up. GV says the saltiness meter. It does exist. It definitely exists. Mr. Buddy says, well, I guess Inty bounced before he saw my quest and he makes great videos. I hope he has something cooking. Oh yeah, he does, man. He's got some stuff. Some good stuff on his channel. Mashups. Talking about retro television series and cartoons. Y'all muted. Yeah, you're right. You are all muted. You start to talk, you get muted. Best name of the night. I gotta say that's probably the best name I've seen all night. Some nights we see some fun names, and then some nights not so much. This has been a not so much, but y'all muted is probably the highlight of tonight. But there's still a free spot. There's still hope. There's still a free spot on the thing. Oh geez, it's cool that you have a horse, Jason. As a Texan, I approve. Oh, we have no as well. I didn't even see that. No joined. No. No, you're all muted. There, they readied up. Ready yourself up. You were clicking it. Asking people to ready up, and now you're not readying up. Oh, General Nukes. There we go. Oh, hold on. Aaron Love. To round out the group. And now we're ready. Mr. Matthews says, I like no. No is a good one as well. Nope. Nope. Just no. Not going to happen today. It's just not going to happen. And we're going to Crystal Lake. And I think it was full-size Crystal Lake. We've seen not as many mini-maps as we see each week. RoboCup says, Lurkers unite from the shadows. We need a soccer team. The Lurkers. Lurkers united. And Johnny hasn't popped in either, but I know he said he's busy tonight. He's doing his thing with a business from home. He's probably checking out Joe Bob too, which I'm going to be watching as soon as we wrap up here. Jumping on the last drive-in to see Darcy and Joe Bob. Talk some horror movies. Alright, Chad against Retro Jason.
I can't believe he killed them.
I'm sensing victory. Hopefully that's what I'm sensing. Maybe just ever watch everything Star Wars streams. I've seen a couple of them, but I haven't watched them in quite a while. Stick with a baseball bat. And I picked up the first aid spray instead. Get the old baseball bat. Oh yes, I forgot, JV, that whenever you see Retro Jason, you can't unsee him. There's a car up there? No, both cars are that way. Let's do this quick. Come on, Kensington, let's do this. I'm not losing a third match in a row with Chad. There's no. Oh look, Aaron loves trying to repair stuff as well, as Vanessa. That's even harder than Chad. LB, nope.
Oh, thank God it actually.
M says, I like the video I found of Darcy the Mail Girl when I googled who Darcy the Mail Girl was.
Oh my God! What happened?
She's pretty fun on Twitter as well. It's one of the few things I go on when I do check out Twitter. Now I don't go on very often, but I usually read her tweets or see what she's talking about. Well, we have the police on the way. Mega says Rob from Everything Star Wars is a cool dude. He plays Ewok Hunt on Battlefront 2 and has the phrase, shave the Ewok. Nice. Yeah, he's a pretty nice guy. For a minute there, I thought I was confused with Star Wars Theory. I remember Everything Star Wars is a nice dude. Uh-oh. God damn it. This is not Chad's night. Get in the window, man. These doors better be closed. It's the reverse night. We did way better as Deborah. Chad's not having any luck at all. Whoa! GV says the fact that non-horror type music plays when Retro Jason is near you makes Retro Jason really less scary. But I dig the 8-bit theme they got going on with the music they gave him. But I hear you on it's not as scary. But I do dig the tune. Why is this person keying off on me? Does he have a vendetta against Chad? Megan says, who is Darcy the Mail Girl? She's the person Pamela killed before she reached Crystal Lake. Oh no, it's Darcy the Mail Girl is Joe Bub's co-host on The Last Drive-In on Shudder. But she's also got a lot of her own ties to the horror community, not just through Joe Bob. OG says, I just watched the entire series of Rick and Morty on Hulu. Really, really good show. Oh yeah, man, I haven't watched the new season. I still haven't watched the new season. But the first 3 seasons are awesome. I'm Pickle Rick! We don't have it. We don't have Hulu here, and I can't get Hulu even with a VPN because I need to have a US credit card, a non-Canadian credit card. It won't let me do it and you can't use gift cards either, so I'm kind of snafu'd. But we have to watch it on Amazon, but through another app. So you got to pay for Prime, and then you got to pay for another app on top of that. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm good. JV says, no, it's not Chad's tonight. It is not. And Mr. Matthew says, be sure to turn off Safe Search. Mega Jetty says, Star Wars Theory is cool too. He partially inspired my lore channels. I did go to with Terminator Theory because I didn't want to steal his thunder. I figured a name only fan would work. My Star Wars Theory lore is named Home 1 after the Mon Calamari cruiser that led the rebels to victory in the Return of the Jedi. The cops are here. And we are somewhat close to the police. Let's start making our way. Nope, Noah's got this shotgun glitch going on. I hate that friggin' thing as Jason. So hopefully no bites it, but I doubt it. OG says Darcy is the highlight of Joe Bob's show. Not wrong about that. That one a couple weeks ago with Chris Jericho oh man, I talked about that last week, but that's probably the best one I've seen since Joe Bob came back. Joe Bob, Darcy, and Chris Jericho. Classic. And we're out. Finally, Chad escapes. I didn't do too much, but I'll take the win. Mr. Matthews says it would have been cool if they had gotten the rights to the actual NES music. Agreed. Totally agreed. But they had to remix it, make their own version of it. OG says I watch him some Mega. Chad is hated by many. Really is, OG. Really is. But there's no one left. Everybody's escaped. Mad Trees didn't kill anyone. Mega says, now I gotta come up with a 2-syllable name only fans of Alien, Predator, and Marvel and DC and Karate Kid, Cobra Kai wouldn't know. 2-syllable name. That would be recognized by those fans for your next one. Gotcha. Well, guys, we escaped. And with that, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. The game's not gonna end, apparently. Hey, oh, no, y'all muted. We'll watch the end of this one. Because somebody came back alive. We'll watch Tommy finish off. We'll watch y'all muted escape. And then we're going to wrap it up for the night, guys. Because I'm feeling the week. Sorry if I seemed a little not as high energy as I normally am. Because it's been a long one. And I thank you for joining me here, as always, on Crystal Lake Fridays. But we'll wrap it up after we watch the rest of Tommy. Mega says Y2J, the first ever undisputed champion who beat The Rock and Steve Austin in the same night to do it. Oh yeah, man. Tear down the walls. Y2J was awesome. But he's all about AEW now. I don't follow wrestling much anymore, but I know he's in AEW. Jason's just waiting at the door. Save your stamina. One shotgun and you're out, y'all muted. You can do it, bud. You got this. This is like the victory lap. I've done this before when you play as Tommy and Jason doesn't kill anyone and you spawn on the other end of the map. You just jog. One shotgun, you know you have your pocket knife. So he's going to have to hack you. You can get one hack in and you can still escape. With like... shotgun to the face. And Tommy is out. Mr. Matthews says it has been a long week. So glad it's a 3-day weekend. Oh yeah, man, it's your long weekend. It's Memorial Day, isn't it? I can't believe I didn't say that off the top. I think I'm correct in that. Correct me if I'm wrong. As I do the outro here. But, can't believe I didn't mention that off the top. We were talking about that, dude, yesterday in the Discord. But I'm going to wrap it up for tonight, guys. Hope you have a good one. Enjoy your long weekend, all my American friends. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Have a good weekend, and I will see you next Friday, right here, back on Crystal Lake Friday. So let's prepare. We'll prepare properly. I really got to change those inputs, so I don't have to drag the volume down every time I want to wrap the show up. All right, guys, have a good weekend. I'll see you next Friday. I was waving at the camera. And the camera's turned off. That's what type of week it's been. Have a good one, guys. Thanks again.